Herein lies the problem with our food supply.
Good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I am behind a truck, and I bet you don't know what kind of truck that is. Pay attention to what's flying off of the truck. Those are feathers.
Oh, damn, what kind of chicken?
That truck right there, you see how tight the carts are? That's a poultry truck.
Man, the last time we looked in one of those, it looked disgusting.
See how tightly wound they are in there? See how filthy they are? Herein lies the problem with our food supply. Those chickens right there, you see they're filthy. They are crammed, packed in there, headed to the slaughterhouse. And they've been pumped through because they're in filthy conditions. They're not out in fields, because we used to have chickens growing up. I don't ever remember chickens being filthy, dirty like that and stacked on top of each other. They would go around, they'd scratch in the dirt, and they'd get worms and bugs and things. We'd give them chicken feed and everything else, and but now the factory farms are meant for one thing, and that is to get these animals as fat as possible, as quickly as possible, with as many as possible. And what they do is, and if you've seen some of these chicken breasts, that, you know, it's, wow, look at the size of that chicken breast. That's not normal. A chicken breast that is literally the size of my hand, that's not normal. It's because of the chemicals and things that they put into it. Talking to my buddy Dave at the butcher shop, what they do is some of the chemicals that they ingest into them open up the cells. The cells absorb more moisture and they swell up. That's why when you buy chicken, and of course they also too brine them, they inject the bacon and stuff with the chemicals and everything else for curing. You'll see them. It's just like rows and rows of needles, and it pumps in more salt water, more preservatives, more chemicals. And these things don't cook out. You eat those, you ingest those. And I believe that this is one of the reasons why we have such chronic illnesses. I'm going to be real with you. From not buying meats from the grocery store, trying to buy from the farmers markets, growing my own, learning to can. I don't have the swelling in my ankles that I used to. I don't have the inflammation that I used to. I don't have the joint pains that I used to. I feel, and this is no bullshit, no lie or whatever, I don't feel 60 years old. I don't take any medication. My blood pressure, which was through the roof a year ago, where they put me on blood pressure medication, I don't need it now. I'm around 130 over 82 pretty much every day. That's not to say some people don't piss me off, especially Eagle fans, and get my blood pressure up from time to time. But all in all, from stopping the processed food, the sugar, the sodas, the fast foods, I'm night and day different. I've lost somewhere close to 40 pounds, depending on which day it is and how much I've sweat out. But I feel so much better. And the reason is, you're not doing the factory farm. We got to do better, people. And if you don't recognize after the Taylor Farms situation, where one company through 30 plus states, it doesn't matter if you go ahead and say, I don't shop at Walmart because Walmart food is bad. You go to Whole Foods, same one. You go to Trader Joe's. You go to McDonald's, Burger King. All of them get their food from that one supply. When you go to a restaurant, Sysco is the provider for 80% of the restaurants. They just bought Restaurant Depot. same company selling the same food to everybody for all the restaurants. And you may think, well, Hormel, right? That makes Spam. Well, guess what? If you buy Applegate, because you say it's the Applegate's all-natural, uncured meats, that's Hormel. That brought you Spam. If you're thinking about bacon, whether it's Smithfield, whether it's Elkridge, whether it's Kroger brand or Walmart brand, it's all the same company. And they're doing the same things to all of the stuff that's coming to us. And a lot of it is labeling to get you to think that you're actually buying something better. Applegate, everybody says, well, we're going to buy Applegate because that's all natural and it's, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, well, guess what? It's the same bacon as the SK. And then there's the turkey bacon. The problem with the turkey bacon is, here's the thing. You think, oh, I'm going to eat turkey bacon instead of regular bacon. Unfortunately, it's not any better for you either. You know why? Because fat is flavor. And to make up for the flavor, they put more salt into it. On top of it, it's more processed to make it so it looks like bacon. And so even when you're going through and you're saying, well, I'm eating, the vegetarian option or the organic option, it goes back to processed. Here's the reality of it. Part of the reason why we are getting all these different cancers and getting sick and being bloated and everything else and gaining weight is because we've gotten fat and lazy, literally. It's easier to grab that fast food burger that who knows what's in it. It's easy to grab a pre-washed salad, open up the bag and dump the dressing on it that's been gassed. It's easier to go ahead and order a pizza. Yeah, it's more work to go ahead and actually cook dinner, or to go to the butcher shop, or go to a local farmer's market. But in the end, that time you save by eating that is going to cost you time on the other end, if you know what I mean. Just a thought. I've seen things a lot differently, and when I grew up, my mom and dad, they grew pretty much everything in the garden. Yeah. And I look at my mom, who's 85 years old, doing a lot better than most. It's not by accident. Have a good day.